and is equal to new random. Then we want an integer r is equal to 0, and copy that while loop inside the text tutorial. While r is even, get a random number from our angle from 1 to 7. And after we get that done, we need to do angle is equal to math helper dot 2 radians. Take that number, the integer number r, times 45. Okay, now go back to the reset method. After find random angle has been called, we want to find the velocity. Velocity is equal to new vector 2. We want to convert it to a float. Convert the argument to a float we're about to type. Speed times math.cosine angle. Comma. Add a float cast as here as well. Speed times math.sine angle. And then that's it. 3 ending parentheses and a semicolon. Now we need to find the boundary. And we need to convert the positions to an int, just like in the paddle class. And it's a 10 by 10 ball. It's actually a box or a square. Okay, after find random angle method, let's add a public void update, no parameters, and I'm going to add a comment here, update the ball. Now we need a public void draw with the sprite batch parameter. Comment is draw the ball, and a public void collision, no parameter, and a comment as check, no, not check, perform collision action. Okay. Balls update method. Now that we have a basic class created, we need to add the update method. We need to fill that up. Now the ball object will be updated differently. Before anything is changed, we need to check the positioning of the ball. Think of what you are looking at in the tutorial as the game window. If the ball is my mouse, if it's at the edge of the top of the window, which is where my mouse pointer is right now, or at the bottom part of the window, which is where it is now, we need to modify the Y velocity. Now if the ball's X position is at the edge of the game window, like it is at my mouse pointer, if it's at the left edge, or if it's at the right edge, the paddle closest to the ball loses a point. So the paddle farthest from the ball gains a point. Simply speaking, if the ball is to the left side of the game window, the computer gains a point, and if the ball is to the right side of the window, the player gains a point. We will worry about how to keep score in a little bit. Now if the ball passes the left or right sides of the window, we want to reset the ball again by calling the reset method. That's why we created that method. Finally, we need to add the position and velocity vectors together and update the boundary object. So let's go ahead and do that now. Inside the update method, let's overwrite the comment if position.y is less than or equal to 0, or position.y is greater than or equal to 600, which means is at the top or bottom sides of the window. We need to change the velocity.y times equals -1. So we want the y to change its direction. Okay, that's it for that. If position.x is less than or equal to 0, the computer gains a point, and we need to call the reset. Else if position.x is greater than or equal to 800, the player gets a point and it's reset again. After all those if, we need to update the position plus equals velocity and the boundary, and just copy the boundary in the reset method to the update method. Okay. The ball's collision. When the ball collides with the paddle, it will begin traveling in the other x direction. Also, when the paddle collides with the ball, we need to increase the ball's velocity a bit in order to make it more challenging. So what the length method does, it returns the length of the vector, which means as a 45-degree angle, when we initially create the ball and when we reset the ball, the length is speed of 6. But we are going to increase the velocity every time we hit the paddle. So we are going to individually increase the y and the x portions of the velocity vector. And we want to keep speed as it should. So in order to update speed, we need to call the length method. We also need to set a max value the ball can go, or else it'll reach a speed so fast that no paddle can hit it. It'll be way too hard to hit. So let's go ahead and do that in our code. Ball.cs collision method. Take away the comment and add if speed is less than 11. We want to increase the speed, so velocity.x times equals -1.1f. Velocity.y times equals 1.1f. The x direction will be in reverse and the y direction will just increase.